Hey guys, movie video reviews here. My name is Movie Expert and I'm here to discuss movies. You know that the Oscar season is finally approaching and the Oscars 2014 are less than a month away, so I'm going to try to predict some of the nominations and winners. I think that everybody looks forward to the Oscars, and it's a very anticipated race. I'll start with the Best Supporting Actor nomination. So first, I think I'll get out of my way some of the obvious picks, like Sarah Ben Kingsley for Iron Man 3 as Mandarin, Dr. Seligman from Thor Part 2 as the Naked Professor, Old Man Robert Redford as the bad guy from Captain America. You know, these are all old respected actors, and I think everybody expects them to at least get a nomination. But I have some unusual picks as well. Black man Samuel L. Jackson. You know, he's black, so his chances aren't very good, but I think his performance was pretty good in Captain America Part 2. Tom Hiddleston. He's an English guy, so you know, he's a young English guy and I think he's balding, but he's very funny. Old man Sir Hopkins. You know, he's so old, I honestly I thought he was dead already. And of course, Jay Runner. He's the guy from Avengers and Avengers Part 2. I think he's super great. He's like a superhero with arrows, and he gives a very touching performance. I think he should get 2 nominations for Avengers and Avengers Part 2, Age of Ultron. Okay, so the next nomination is Best Supporting Actress. I think some obvious picks here would be Thor's mom, Renée Russo. Then old woman Glenn Close, she plays an alien. It's a very hard role because, you know, she's not a human. But I have some unusual picks as well. First, Imogen Poots. She's a new actress. She was born recently in the UK and she starred in Need for Speed this year. It's a movie about races. You know, it doesn't sound that exciting on paper, but she gives a really brilliant performance as this girl who drives car. I think it was pretty hard to pull off, since, you know, girls don't drive cars very well. I think she maybe studied cars for this movie. You know, Need for Speed, more like Need for Oscar. And then I think another great pick for the Best Supporting Actress nomination would be Catherine Keener from Bad Grandpa. She plays an old dead body woman there. You know, it's pretty hard to play an old woman when you're, you know, not so old, and she's also dead. Okay, next, Best Main Actress. You know, this is a tough category, but I'm pretty sure that these 5 women are going to be in there for sure. The first one is Natalie Portman for Thor Part 2. She plays Thor's wife. Second, Scarlett Johansson from Captain America Part 2. She plays Black Widow. She is Captain America's friend, but not wife. Gwyneth Paltrow. She plays Iron Man's wife in Iron Man Part 2 and Part 3, and also Iron Man's wife in Avengers Part 1 and Avengers Part 2. And I think my last choice may be a little bit, you know, unorthodox, but I'm pretty sure that she's not only going to be nominated, but she's going to win probably. Scarlett Johansson, Avengers Part 2, she plays Black Widow, great hero. Next, Best Main Actor. Well, I think this is the toughest category in competition. Let's see what are the winners. Chris Hemsworth as Mighty Thor in movie Thor Part 2 and Avengers Part 2. Chris Evans as Captain America from Captain America Part 2 and Avengers Part 2. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man from Iron Man Part 3 and Avengers Part 2. Mark Ruffalo is Big Hulk from Avengers Age of Ultron Part 2. 6. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Hercules in the movie Hercules. My money is on The Rock. Okay, so we've got all the actors out of the way, and the next category is Best Comedy. The nominees are Dumb and Dumber 2. What can I say? It's a comedy about the same dumb guys made 20 years later. I think it's a very amazing achievement. Bad Grandpa. It is such a funny movie. It is about this guy who plays an old man, and he, pranks all the guys in the streets, and it's all like real footage, and it's all really realistic, and it shows all this, dumb Americans and all this stuff. It's so great. The World's End. This is a British comedy, and the Brits are like the funniest in the world. They're going to give the Oscar for Best Comedy to British people, no doubt about it. And I think my 5th nomination is going to be, it's going to raise some eyebrows, but let's see. Avengers Part 2, Age of Ultron by Joss Whedon and Marvel. Of course, Avengers is mainly drama, it's mainly paces, but there is comedy in there too, and I think it is enough to warrant a nomination in the Best Comedy category, maybe not a win. Okay, so the next nomination is Best Screenplay. I haven't read any of the movie screenplays, but I've seen the movies, so it's fair to say that I'm the expert in this category as well. Okay, so the first one is World War Z. It is the movie by Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt also starts in the main role, and he plays this like a doctor who runs around, shoots zombies. Who cares? But the screenplay is such a great idea, to finally make a realistic zombie movie. It's so great, it's so realistic, But there are some tough competition here as well. Fast Cars 7. It was a very complicated screenplay, because first of all, Paul Walker died while driving the fast car. And next, it's the 7th part, it's already so tired, all the cliches, this big story, these epic families, they fighting, robbing banks, it's so epic, and the screenwriters needed to pull this all in one screenplay, and it's so action-packed, and it's a lot of drama. I think it's such a great human drama, it's such a great screenplay, it's awesome. Avengers Part 2 by Joss Whedon, Age of Ultron, Marvel. What more can I say about this movie? It's a masterpiece. It's absolutely great. It's such a blast. It's everything anyone could hope to get from any movie ever. It's funny, it's touching, it's fresh, it's great. Great movie. Transcendence. This movie was so smart. It was misunderstood by virtually every critic and every person out there. It's a sci-fi, but it's so smart. It's about technique, about computers. It's great. Best Director. Joss Whedon for Avengers Part 2, Marvel, Age of Ultron. Joss is Boss. Terrence Malick, old guy who directed To the Wonder. This guy is almost 80 and he can't walk around. So it was pretty tough for him to direct this movie. All the people are running around in this movie, and Farell and his brother for Dumb and Dumber 2. You know, they called all these actors from the old movie, Jim Carrey and the other guy, and they put it in the new movie as old guys. You know, it was such a great direction. Sisters Wachowski, Jupiter. You know, this movie Jupiter, it's great sci-fi, actually. It's, you know, it was a story a few years ago that the brothers Wachowski, they both were girls all along. They said they came out of their clothes of men and they turned out to be women with, with everything, long hair and tits, and now they're known as Sisters Wachowski. Johnny Depp. You know, Johnny Depp make his debut movie, Transcendence, and it was great. It was great thriller, great sci-fi. So I think he should get at least a nomination for Best Director.
But obviously Joss Whedon is going to win.
Okay. Hold your breath. This is going to be big. Best Movie of the Year. Oscars Academy Awards presents Best Movie nominees 2013-14. Avengers Part 2 Age of Ultron by Joss Whedon. This movie is going to be watched 100 years from now, and everybody is going to laugh at all the jokes and to cry at all the sad moments. It's such a great movie. Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, when this movie came out, I was a little skeptical, but it grew on me, and now I think it's almost as good as the Avengers Part 1, but it's nowhere as good as the Avengers Part 2, so it doesn't stand a chance at winning Best Movie, but it will probably get the nomination. Hercules, The Legend of Hercules. Well, this movie is starring The Rock, Fast Cars 7. All the drama, you know, the whole Paul Walker thing, the Vin Diesel as the bald guy, you know, running around robbing banks, it's great. Need for Speed. This movie is, you know, some people say it's like Fast Cars, but maybe not so fast. But I say that it's Fast Cars, and just as fast, and it's going to get the Best Movie nomination as well. So I'll see you in 1 month when the Oscars take place. Be sure to watch it on TV and comment this video and leave your own predictions in the comment section. Thanks for watching.
Please subscribe.